Happy Friday. It is August 14th. I can't believe it's Friday again. This week flew by. But boy, did we get a lot done, and your staff is back with us full-time and working hard. We've had plenty of meetings. In fact, we even had a lunch together. Chick-fil-A donated some sacked bagged lunches for our staff, and we met on that south lawn, and of course distanced and wore our masks, but got to spend a few minutes together and just enjoyed a bit of time together, which was much needed, especially since, extending all the way back to last March. So what a wonderful week, and I'm ready to share with you some information, and I certainly hope that it isn't terribly repetitive from week to week, but I just want to make sure that you have what you need. The first thing, and I've had a few parents write in and ask about this, and so I want to make sure that you all have the same information. It's about those student devices. Whether you're a parent who has chosen the Thompson Connect, which is the Florida virtual model, or you're a person who chose, a family that chose the Garfield remote. If you need a device, we have a plan for that. If you already have a device, like a district device, but it's not working well, we have a plan for that. So let me take you to the web page that you'll need to see for this, and know that the link and information has also been attached in the email that I sent. So hang on, here I come. All right, folks, this is the part where I want to tell you about what we're going to be doing about getting devices into your hands for this school year. And there's one of two situations. So based on emails that you received, you may have already known that we are a non-ubiquitous technology access school. And what that means is Garfield is not yet a school that has received a single installment of brand new devices, making us one-to-one, one student per one device. So we're amidst a group of 14 other schools that you can see there on my screen, and here's the plan. If you do not have an appropriate device at home for your student to access the remote learning, for whether it's the Thompson Connect model or the Garfield remote model, it's irrelevant. If you need a device, the plan to pick those up will start on August 19th all the way through August 28th, every weekday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and I'm right here on this particular piece. And it's going to be happening at the Conrad Ball Middle School, North Parking Lot and Auxiliary Gym at 2660 North Monroe Avenue. And here's some of the rules of it. So one, you do have to fill out a form, and I've included the link for that form in this message or the email that came with this video. So that form must be completed before you go pick up a device. And then you come to the checkout station, and they'll take care of everything else that you need. If you're a person who has a device and that device isn't working like you want it to, or it's not working at all, again, fill out that form, show up at that location, hand them your busted device, grab a new one, and you're ready to go for the school year. So that's how to get a new device this year. Thanks. Welcome back. Okay, so we've taken care of the device pickup. There's a few more things you're going to want to know about. One is, when does this all start? When does the school year actually begin? The school year begins for kindergarten only. The first day for kindergarten is August 31st, and that's a Monday. And August 31st will be our kindergarten transition day. And we'll have a specific schedule for you, and we'll communicate with you, specifically kindergarten parents, exactly what that needs to look like. And then next on Tuesday, September 1st, will be the first day for everybody else. So kindergarten will attend also on September 1st, but we'll also have our first, second, third, fourth, and fifth grade students attending, the online platforms. It's still considered to be a soft start week, where we're going to focus on reconnecting with you and your students, where we're going to focus on making sure you know where to go and how to do this and how the daily schedules are going to function. And so we're going to make sure all that is working throughout the course of that week, and get all the snags and snares out of the way so that you know what to do and exactly how to succeed in our Garfield remote model. And then from that point on, it's the exact published schedule, full academic days with schedules. And when I say full academic days, I mean, it's helpful to know what that could look like. It does not look like your student staring at a screen from 7:30 to 3:30, because then you have a bunch of zombies. What it does look like is well-timed live teaching from your teacher, for appropriate amounts of time, collaborative activities, independent practice, specials time where your art or music or PE teacher joins in and is meeting with folks. I mean, just all kinds of things to mix it up, things to make it feel a little bit different, times where the screen is off and they're doing things with their hands. We're an arts integration school, so there'll be art opportunities and demonstrations of learning with that. So this is in no way going to feel like a 7:30 to 3:30 job where the screen does all the work at all. So we're excited to share with you our models that we're coming up with, because they're going to be pretty cool. School supplies is another thing that folks have been asking about. Do we want you to get the school supplies? And here's the deal. I don't want to push school supplies on you. I know that there's more than enough going on in the world and in your lives, but here's kind of the benefit right now is everything's on sale, great prices. So the school supply list is published on our school website, and so you can find it there by grade level. But here's what I would tell you to do. Look for those items that will support your student in being a learner at home. Would I say crayons and pencils and notebooks? Absolutely. If those are on this list, those are great items to have. Kleenex boxes, if you need Kleenex at home, get some Kleenex. But, for our purposes, don't spend your money on that supply list on Kleenexes because we don't need them here right now. So, make those kinds of choices based on what's there and what you might need, and especially if you can take advantage of that great pricing right now. If you don't, we're still going to make sure that your students have what they need. We're going to be having what's called a student pack pickup, which means that each of our grade levels and teachers are working right now to make sure they're putting together in a single place all the different things that your students will need in order to be ready at home. Things like our math expression workbooks and whiteboards and all sorts of things. And it's different depending whether you're in kindergarten or second grade or up in fifth grade. So we don't yet have the schedule of what day we'll be asking you to come by and help pick up those things, but we'll communicate that as soon as we do. Speaking of in the plans but not yet scheduled, will be a back to school night. So while we can't have you here on site and in the building for our back to school nights, our teachers are planning virtual back to school nights. In fact, it's the topic of conversations that we'll be going after this Monday when we come back from our weekend. And we'll be communicating with you how and when we're going to do those. So that way you can connect in a smaller way with just your classroom teacher, get some really good, consistent information, and even some specific information from them, and really even get to know them, because I know you want to know who they are and about what they're going to be doing, and get some of your questions answered in that way. So that'll be good. And obviously, to do that, you're going to want to know who your class lists are. So that will all be published in due time. Speaking of information, here is a known, and it is scheduled. Next Tuesday, August 18th, Tuesday, August 18th at 5 o'clock, I will be holding a Garfield Community Forum. And I'm doing this so that I can answer some of the looming and big questions that you have. So in the email that accompanies this video is a link where you can submit your questions, and truly as many as you want, to me, that I can review before that day and develop answers to and be prepared to share answers to. And that will be happening at 5 o'clock. And what I'm going to do as well is on Monday, I will set up the link for that meeting. It's going to be through Google Meets. And you will all be invited. You'll click on a link. I'll publish that link on our website. I'll publish it in a few different spots. I'll send it out on a Blackboard message. I'll send it out on a text message. And as many of you as would like can join. I don't anticipate that it will be a personal back and forth. So there will not be a time where I will open up mics and take on the spot questions, because it's likely just to be too many of you. And that's why I've included a link tonight in this Friday wrap-up video and email, so that you can start to send those questions in. And again, I'll send that link back out next week as well for anybody that loses it or has a question that shows up between now and then. And it also gives me an opportunity to give you good, solid answers and get the help that I need to answer some of your questions if I need them. Okay, let's see here. So we've talked about devices. We've talked about our back to school night. I guess the last things that I want to tell you right now is that there is one area we still need some help, and that's with a couple positions in our PTA. And so I want to thank the folks that are already there. They're in good communication, and they're working hard for your school and for your students. But we're still looking for a secretary, and we're still looking for a treasurer in that group. And so if you're a person that feels like you might have some time to offer, or you would like to help this school in a very tangible way, that would be wonderful. And you can reach out to me directly. And I'd be happy to get you plugged in, or at least get you some information. Okay, so I think that's it for me. I'm ready to get out of here and start a weekend. And reach out anytime. I'm here, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend too. See you next week. Bye.